It's 11 o'clock. Time for another episode of Comedians Writing Jokes. At Starbucks, I'm Rob Chaffee. Today is October 16th, 2014. This is episode 12. Can you believe it? Episode 12. Episode 12. There's another guy here, too. For you who watch us religiously, I don't know why I'm using that term, but on a regular basis, you may notice that most times Bob Nelson, famous, legendary comedian from HBO, many Tonight Show appearances. I think he was on Letterman, maybe. He's done a lot of things. Movies, like The Kindergarten Cop. I'll bet, Chris, that's one of your favorites, I'll bet.
Never saw it.
Never saw it. But it's really funny when Bob's in
Bob,
it.
Though.
When Bob, big fan of Bob's. Gotta love Bob.
Who is it?
Gotta love Bob. And we have some comedians they're just sitting here writing jokes, right? You can't really see him. He's hiding. If he was conscious of showing himself, maybe you'd see Tim Thompson, one of the best comedy writers in the business.
I think so.
In my opinion.
Always been a big fan.
Some of the best stuff. Tim and I we actually were on the first Billy Bingo. Our first. Was that your first thing? The Billy Bingo contest?
I'm
Tim?
not here.
He's not. Told him that Ted, he's not here.
A Billy Bingo contest? Now I have to know if he won. Did he win?
No, he didn't.
He should have.
He should have won. I was on the contest, and I thought he should have won. That's how.
Well, to be fair, I don't know who else was on. But,
there was some guy that really brought like 50 people, and he rehearsed really. I remember he was pretty good. You can win with 50 people. I wonder what Bingo is. Bingo would be. He lives around the corner. He's a snowbird now, in Florida, and he's retired, right? So he goes down. Do you know Bingo? You know Billy Bingo?
I do. I know he's got a couple of really nice cars. He's got himself a Corvette.
He's got a Corvette.
I think an SS Chevelle.
And I think he's got a Softail too.
Oh, does he?
He's got a Harley, yeah.
Oh, no,
I'm pretty sure. Why? Because he's got all those toys.
Too many toys.
He's got all those toys. So Nelson's not here. Bob Nelson's not here. Thank you, 3 viewers. 3 viewers. I don't know. We've had a banner week. We've actually got up to 22 simultaneous viewers. And as far as things like this go, that puts us in sort of the range of who's that Korean guy who sings the song?
Gangnam?
Yeah, that's where the Gangnam of live streaming things, because 22 simultaneous viewers, it's almost impossible to get. And we got them. Most of those viewers, though, are due to the fact that we have legendary comedian Bob Nelson on. Bob's not here. He is on the road. He's touring. Tonight he'll be somewhere in Massachusetts, or Rhode Island. Chicopee he's going to. And then be in Boston. And he's all weekend, so he can't be here today. He's under no contractual obligation to be here. I want you to know that. He can leave and come as he goes, as he wants. Come and go as he wants. That's what I meant to say. I really need some help. I do the ahs a lot, Chris.
You what? You want me to validate everything you say?
Well, next week. No. Yeah, that would be good.
He's right about that. He's right about that. Rhode Island is north of here. That's true.
I was. Now I'm going to save it because it's going to be a bit. It's going to be a bit. Next week we're going to start using props. So watch out for that.
6 listeners with that.
We dropped it. We're up to 4. Hi kids. We got, and I can't read, and I have my reading glasses on, and I cannot see the we have a scrolling chat thing. I can't see it. And
you can't see it, what, because of sun glare, or because...
Because I don't have my reading glasses on.
I have reading glasses here.
Can I try them?
You can try them. They're 2.75.
2.75s. Now, wait a second. I think I'm 4.
Wow!
Holy moly.
That's a lot of choppy on the screen.
Are my eyes like all bugged out?
That's a lot of choppy
like a magnifying glass?
Yeah,
Anyway, I love Bob Nelson. Bob Nelson, our friend, will be back next week. We have a lot of things in store next week. We'll talk about them a little later. But this week, today, I'm very excited to have as our guest today actress Martha Plimpton. You may know Martha Plimpton from the television series Raising Hope. She plays the mom, Virginia, which I'm telling you, if you want to watch a show.
Grandmother.
She plays the
She plays the grandmother.
She's the grandmother.
Yeah.
She's a gilf.
Wasn't she in that New Year's Eve movie?
What?
Remember that New Year's Eve movie took place in the city?
Oh,
And all the young,
yeah.
Paul Rudd.
Yeah. She was in that.
She was in that, yeah.
I didn't see it. She good? She's good in everything, by the way.
Sure. She's good.
She was a Goonie. I was just informed. She will always be a Goonie. Once a Goonie, always a Goonie. But she played the grandma. I think she played the mother. Look at the bags under my eyes, kids. You know what that means? This guy's on his way out. He's old and dying. Look hard.
I just noticed that you kind of look like Darth Vader's, like Darth Vader when they take his mask.
I have the egg-shaped head.
Yeah.
I have the egg shape, and my hair looks like I have a helmet. You know, I have a one-man show. I don't want to go.
Scene where he's laying there, he's like, "You were
yeah, I
right,
know.
Luke.
By the river of.
You were right.
Right.
Tell your sister you were right." Then he dies.
Oh, you mean in the third one, which is really the sixth one?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
I thought you were talking about Darth Vader in the real third one, where he's on the river of lava.
Oh no!
And he
no,
dies
no,
like
no,
that?
No. That guy was way too good looking to be confused with you.
Yeah, even burnt.
No. No, this is when Luke Skywalker takes his mask off, and he's there.
Gotcha.
And he's, turns out he's
I
like this
do.
cheeky bastard.
I'll tell you what.
And
And he hasn't been in the sun for like 14 years.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I look like.
Yeah, no, the
Thank
bottom
you.
half of your face. You know what I mean? Like if you did this.
Oh,
it's
if we
like, now say the words. You were right, Luke.
You were right, Luke. And your sister
right.
too, or whatever.
Tell your sister.
Tell your sister
right.
you were right.
I
hated the third one.
Funnier if Tim Thompson was
Hey,
doing
yeah,
this.
he's very funny.
I have a feeling Tim Thompson has like a whole lot of Star Wars references.
Funny.
There's the picture.
There's the picture, Tim Thompson.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Show. Let's put him right up next to me.
There he is.
Oh,
there he is. I think you're a little paler. Oh my
God.
Rob. I think you're a little paler. Yeah. You're a little
Oh
paler.
my God.
Peter got more sun with that mask on.
Thank you, Tim Thompson. We have help on this show.
He's supposed to be writing. He's really not even here. He's writing. He's writing his classic. He's writing a sequel to Amsterdam. I think. Amsterdam 2.
I remember when I was doing that.
The long,
contest.
dark
I was
tunnel.
so glad he wasn't in it because he would have beat me.
Oh, the
So
one way,
funny.
the one way you humiliated the 15-year-old kid.
Oh yeah, were you there for that?
You
in the room?
destroyed a
you in the room?
15-year-old boy.
Were you in the room?
Yeah, of course I was.
Tim, were you in the room?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was the moment.
I was a witness.
That
the moment.
was
I
that-
ad-libbed that whole thing.
That was a
You know what I
class.
did? You know what's funny is Tim Dillon was going against that kid, and I started as I'm waiting for my turn to go up.
Tim Dillon,
I started writing.
a great comic. Tim Dillon.
Yes,
by the way.
very good.
Humiliate plenty of 50-year-old
But I
boys.
started writing. I started writing things that Tim Dillon should do to destroy that kid.
Yeah.
And then somehow, because the kid brought 100 people, he beat Tim Dillon, and Tim Dillon was out of it. And then I was up against this kid. And all the things I had just written for Tim Dillon, I did to the kid.
You did to the kid.
I did to the kid.
I didn't know that.
I had his family laughing at him. I mean, that was bad.
Right. It was really bad.
Not his dad. His dad still.
The kid actually wet his pants on stage. It was amazing. I could never.
It was.
He was just
nothing I could repeat
so
here.
humiliated. I felt but you killed him. Not killed him literally. You killed him comedically.
Yeah.
And,
Well, I needed everybody in that room to do it because he brought half that crowd.
Yeah. You didn't win that
Well, it's
though.
considered
No, I
bullying.
came in second in the end. I was down to the last me and one other guy, and he brought more people than I did.
The other guy, was he a dog act? Did he have
No,
dogs?
he's a funny guy. He was a funny guy.
Garlic.
No.
didn't-
Mel won the year after.
Oh, I thought Garlic
No, this
won.
guy was. was that guy's name?
He wasn't Garlic. Who would you?
No, Garlic was the year after. Garlic,
By the way,
Garlic was one of the final four.
We're sponsored by Double Gulp. Double Gulp. If you're drinking a Double Gulp, it's a serious cry for help. Get your Double Gulp today. Go ahead. Say who was the guy that you beat you?
I can't remember his name.
How could you not have a resentment about that guy?
Funny guy.
Holding it in your craw. Does he still do comedy?
I don't even know, man. No, I mean, he was good. He wasn't better than me, but he was good.
There are very few
He deserved to be there.
Very few people as funny as Mr. Chris Davis.
Oh, stop it.
It's true.
No, really, what are you going to say?
Martha Plimpton, my guest, she's apparently it's going to be a nice weekend. She's on her way out to the Hamptons. She's going to stop here, talk to us about her show being canceled. And
should we talk about her face before
the Goonies sequel? The Goonies sequel. Is it a sequel or is it a reboot? And they throw her in as the grandma. I don't know. Maybe someone knows.
Should we talk about her face before she gets here or after she gets here?
What's wrong with her face, man?
She's got a face.
You know who her uncle was?
No.
David Carradine.
Is that right?
Kung Fu. Was her uncle? Her dad is Keith Carradine, I think.
David Carradine died under some suspicious circumstances.
Well, he was. It was. I think he was in a foreign country, and they found him in a closet hanging. But I don't really want to talk about it. He was Bill. And Kill Bill. They're making a sequel to that too. That's what these sequels. You know what the sequels are? You know what happens? You know what the first step is? The sequel is they roll a dump truck full of money up to the guy's house who made the original one, and said, "Let's make a sequel."
Yeah, they were doing a Mrs. Doubtfire 2 up until recently.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know what you do with that.
All right.
Huh?
Negotiations came to a standstill.
Yeah, negotiations came to a standstill.
This was a showstopper. Apparently, Robin doing himself was a showstopper. Although they may find a way. They may find a way. Maybe they'll get a Robin Williams type to do it. Who's the black guy that does all the movies where he's a woman?
Morgan Freeman.
No.
Black guy doesn't.
Tyler Perry. Why can't Tyler Perry? Tyler Perry's Mrs. Doubtfire too.
Do you know that
Why'd you have to see that?
I have never seen a movie or TV
Because
show
it makes
done by
it
Tyler
easier
Perry.
to narrow it down. I saw something about. I saw him on the internet talk about motivation and not giving up on your dreams, and that's why I started this. Comedians writing jokes. Now
This is going to launch you to.
they look just like like Darth Vader without his helmet. I thought it was so adorable. You know that Dan McCarthy? You like that kid? You know that kid?
I love Dan McCarthy. How do you not love Dan McCarthy?
I know. Did you know? Did you hear what my theory about Dan McCarthy? A very funny original thought by Tim Thompson that I had 2 weeks ago. Viewers, I know that you guys get a little frustrated with that. I apologize. Martha Plimpton, our guest today, was just here, and what an interview! I mean, was that amazing? I couldn't believe.
She was really mad about my face.
I think she likes me. I think she likes me. I mean, I don't know. How could you not like me? I look like Darth Vader without his helmet in episode.
That's Anakin Skywalker. You can
3.
just go ahead
Anakin.
and say Anakin Skywalker.
They're making I guess we could spend 2 hours talking about the new movie. New movie coming out. Which, by the way, Josh, what's the guy's name? Josh Schnoopa? Whoever's directing it. Please, look, I could do that cameo.
What are they making, another Goonies?
They're making another Star Wars, man. Haven't you heard?
Oh, yeah, George Lucas is not involved. He sold it.
George Lucas sold it for
He sold it to Disney, I think.
$4 billion.
No,
$4 billion the guy got for it, yes. And that's after making like 5. It must be worth for it. Hey, you know what? You ever see this website? You want to entertain yourself all day? CelebrityNetWorth.com. Just put a celebrity. Now you know some celebrities, right? You went to school with the Baldwins, right?
I grew up across the street from
across the street from the Baldwin. Alec and Billy and Stevie and who else?
Danny.
What?
Danny. Just saw Danny a few weeks ago.
He's friends with Danny Baldwin. I wouldn't put him in Celebrity Net Worth, but you can put Alec in Celebrity Net Worth. I bet he comes up billionaire.
Alec's got a few shekels. I think Capital One gave him
billionaire. When I first heard that though, the deal was he was giving it to some charity. That's what I heard.
When I saw him, he's like a famous liberal, and he's doing bank commercials. I was like, "Whoa!"
He's a very famous. He's a pinko commie. But yeah,
Capital One is famous for their usury fees, and
the usury.
Yeah, they were. Yeah,
they don't let you. In a Muslim country, they cut your usury off. Usury. There's no usury in Muslim countries. By the way, the guys are quiet over here. These guys over here again. Hi, guys. We're back. Thanks for sticking with us, for our viewers. Again, as you know, it takes a little while here for us to get things. I'm lowering the resolution. We're going to look a little blurry. We're going to look a little blurry here. But it lowers the resolution. It'll probably give us a bit more consistency online here. And anyway, I'm beating that Dan McCarthy thing to a dead horse. Bottom line is he's got a tattoo of Jay Leno on his arm. Jay Leno on his arm. And he was on the Today Show with Jay Leno. You know how they do the Today Show in the morning and people walk around? Hey, where you from? Hey, where you from? Well, Jay was doing that one day, and Dan got onto the front of the line.
Did you show him his tattoo?
He said he told him about it. He said that, and again, you don't know if these guys are really, if it really happened or it was some kind of fantasy they had. He said Jay called him and apologized about something, and he said he had the tattoo. But if you watch episode 4,
you were right all along. My new theory about Dan McCarthy is he's making friends with all the comedians to increase his chances of actually meeting Jay Leno again in person. Which, if you watch yesterday's episode, I'll explain further. I'm not going on about this. Yeah, Dan's a friend of ours, yeah. I don't believe it. It's just a theory. Like evolution. It's just a theory. I don't necessarily believe it.
I'll tell you, he's a good kid. Whenever I go up there and I do a show out there in Connecticut or Massachusetts, he comes down.
He's a big supporter of comedy, and he doesn't do. He's got a esteem issue, I think, a little bit of a self-esteem thing going on.
Oh, don't we all?
But he does a stand-up comedy, and I thought he was good. I did a show with him. He was new at it, so it was good. I thought he was good. So what do you think about the Ebola? Ebola. We've got a big crisis with the Ebola going on in Dallas, Texas. Have they nuked it? Have they nuked Dallas to contain the outbreak yet?
I think that the crisis is watching really bad jokes on Facebook about Ebola.
There's some Ebola jokes.
Many efforts towards humor.
Really,
that are quite pedestrian, if I don't say so. Tim, do you concur?
I concur.
Tim Thompson concurs with my assessment of the pedestrian efforts towards humor.
I have to admit,
using Ebola
as
a subject.
I have to admit, I did write a comment that I thought was rather humorous about Ebola on my Twitter. I'm on the Twitter.
I don't tweet.
You don't tweet?
I don't.
Why not?
Same thing happened
I can't be. I Facebook. I've gotten into enough trouble just Facebook, and I don't need to tweet.
Oh, okay. Well, my Twitter is hooked up to my Facebook, so you may have seen it on either one. So my humorous comments, which here
I hope I saw it.
Look how I'm telegraphing how funny this is before I tell it. This is my comment. And you got to know something about this movie. I wrote, think World War Z without the freeze frame ending. And that's my Ebola joke because...
Oh, that's the end of the joke.
That's it. That's it. Because if you saw World War... Did you see World War Z?
I don't remember freeze frame.
It ends with him and the wife and the kid hugging. And it freeze frames, which is the cheapest, lowest, most horrible way you could end a movie ever.
That's what he's mentioned about one frame of the movie.
One frame of the movie. That's actually a pretty damn good movie. I heard it. I thought, oh, this is good. This is gonna suck. You know who wrote that book?
Max Brooks.
Yeah. Who's Max Brooks? Mel Brooks' kid.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I love any end of the world apocalyptic zombie.
Dystopian stuff. You like dystopian stuff?
I was watching Walking Dead with my new son-in-law. He's half Jewish, actually, but also he's half not Jewish.
That's
but we were watching The Walking Dead, and along comes the black lady, the samurai lady.
I don't watch it, but I'll play along.
She was on a horse. And I turned to my son-in-law and I said, I want a post-apocalyptic pony. And he started laughing. And then then he grabbed his guitar and we wrote a really bad song called Post-Apocalyptic Pony.
Oh, let's
and just fun in the living room,
That's great.
Fun. No, I'm not.
Why don't we
I don't feel confident without
my son-in-law. We'll have to schedule. Is the kid got a job?
He doesn't have a job.
Oh, well, then perfect for our show.
He has me. I have a job.
Next time it rains, you bring the kid. We'll do the post-apocalyptic pony. The post-apocalyptic.
It's going to make us a few dollars, I think.
Hey, you can put it on your album. You got a comedy album yet?
Not yet.
You should have a comedy album.
Should,
I would buy it. I would buy your comedy album. Martha Plimpton would have bought it.
I don't think she liked me. I said something about her face. I actually didn't say anything about her face. I just mentioned her face.
You know where you would be? You'd be in rotation on the Raw Dog. Do you know what the Raw Dog? Tim, do they still have the Raw Dog?
I don't.
On Sirius, the Raw Dog. They play comedy bits from albums.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they have the Comedy Central too. You hear about that?
No.
Yeah.
I worry about people like stealing my stuff.
You know what? They're gonna.
They're gonna.
It's just the way it is.
Because I write those kind of jokes. Those jokes you hear and you go, oh, why didn't I write that? How come I didn't notice that?
Did you ever see Sparky?
Kind of
were you around when Sparky was around?
Sparky Draconis.
Yes, Sparky Draconis. Were you around when he was?
I do know Sparky.
Yeah,
yes,
Sparky.
We worked together a few times.
Sparky, who's been around show business forever, literally started in Boston with the Ding Ho people. Or was
back there now?
He's back, or he's in New Hampshire or something. His kid's there or something. He was living around the corner from me, and he didn't have a car, so I drove around. That's how I met Danny Aiello. 12 episodes, only mentioned Danny Aiello 3 times.
I was here for them, one of them.
3. You were here for one of them. You see the I gotta get rid of that. It's not professional broadcasting if I do that. He's how I met Daniel. Anyway, he had no car. I drove him around everywhere. And we would have long talks in the car. And I said, I'm really afraid of people stealing my mediocre material. Because they could claim it as their own, and maybe even make it better. And he said, there's nothing you can do about it. The only thing you can do is write faster than they can steal. That's what he said. You got to write faster than they can steal, Chris.
I don't write fast. I write very slow.
You write very slow. So you
write very slow.
I think you do. I don't you think?
Eh?
This guy that's always showing up.
See if we can fit both our faces and scream at the same time.
No. Tell your sister.
This is bad television.
Tell your sister. I want a mister. I want to be that, mister. That's a sick movie, actually, if you think about it. He makes out with his sister in the first one, doesn't he?
You were right. Tell your sister. You were right.
Now I'm sitting here thinking, these guys, when they're sitting at the bar waiting to go up at the shows, they say, doesn't Chaffee look like the guy?
Let's just pretend Martha's still here.
She is just gorgeous.
She's a good-looking woman.
I love her, dude. I don't have a chance in heck. I don't have a chance in heck. Hey, can you see that guy in the back there? Can you see him? You see the guy with the hat? You see the guy with the hat? He's here all the time.
I've seen him here before.
He looks familiar, doesn't he?
Last time I was here, he was here.
Yeah, he's always here.
He's well-dressed. Tim Thompson is obscuring the guy in the hat.
He's very interesting. He looks familiar, vaguely familiar. You want to go over and ask him if he wants to come over and talk to us? Could you do that?
Will you sit in my chair?
Well, maybe we'll figure out. Maybe you could sit where you guys could sit next. I can get this to look.
Find out what he's doing.
Find out. Go ahead, find out what he's doing. Chris Davis is going to go find out this guy that's always here. He's very interesting looking. He looks vaguely familiar to me. And maybe we'll have him on. Maybe we'll have him on because we got to kill another 30 minutes. 35 viewers. Thank you for sticking with us. Really appreciate it.
You're not going to believe this, Bob.
What? I'm not going to believe. You'd rather not?
Elvis Costello over here.
What? Elvis Costello? Yeah. Elvis Costello, the singer-songwriter from England?
Exactly.
Are you kidding me?
You got to get him over here.
I wish you would. Hey, Elvis.
He's writing something.
Come on over, Elvis. We're doing a little show, Elvis. Elvis, come. We actually have viewers. Come.
He's not a comedian.
No, it's okay. He's a celebrity. Come on. We love celebrity. Elvis Costello. I love you. I used to make out with my girlfriend in high school to all your songs. We loved you. We loved you. We used to have
very nice.
That My Aim Is True. I love that song.
My aim is true.
Oh boy, you really got to sing, Elvis. Where did Chris go?
I'm here.
Chris is going out for a cigarette.
I'm Elvis Costello, you know.
You are Elvis. You're not.
I am Elvis.
You're Elvis Costello. It's nice to meet you, Elvis. Elvis, I noticed that you're here a lot, Elvis. You're here almost.
I'm here every day.
Every day?
Every day.
Every day?
Every day.
Every day.
I write the book.
You write the book.
I'm writing my book.
You're writing a book.
I'm actually writing my second book.
Your second book?
I have 2 books.
You have 2 books?
Yes. I have the other book. See, this is the other book that I wrote. It's called The Complete Book of Contemporary Business Letters, written by Elvis Costello.
Oh, okay.
That is my first book. I'm writing a second book.
But you write that book every day.
Every day I'm here, I'm writing the book.
Every day. Every day you write that book.
Every day.
You know Elvis Costello, I've heard,
every day.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan.
I'm a fan of yours as well. I watch your show.
You do?
Every day. Usually there's another gentleman here.
Yes,
what's his name?
Bob Nelson, famous comedian Bob Nelson. He may not be very famous in England. I don't know.
We're not familiar with his work in the UK.
That's true. Well,
I have written with Sir Paul McCartney a number of songs.
I heard this that
we did 372 songs together.
You and Sir Paul.
My brave
I heard Elvis that I'm a big fan. I've been a big fan for years.
Right.
I saw on the internet you're collaborating with that trumpet guy.
Oh yes, Herb Alpert. Herb Alpert.
Herb Albert.
Yes.
Albert.
We're putting together something. Herb and Elvis.
Herb and Elvis.
Or possibly something else. We may come up with another name.
What name? Can I suggest one? Could I suggest one, or do you have it?
If you like.
How about this? How about Albert and Costello?
That's really quite good.
That's good.
Alpert and Costello.
You know, Elvis, once in a while I have a good idea.
We can come up with an album. I don't know what to call it. I don't know. Third base.
Third base.
Now, what is this? This is an actual...
Well, you'll see here. You look at the camera. The camera's right there. And you can see that people are watching us.
Right.
And we're actually going to record this for replay. And
so
believe
I'm going to be on the
believe
telly.
me.
On the telly.
Believe me. Yes, you'll be on the telly.
I'm not
the
so
computer telly.
at all.
Why not? Why not?
Well, I'm here every day.
Every day?
Just every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day?
Every day.
What are you doing?
I'm writing. I'm writing
the book.
The book. And a lot of songs. Because I collaborate with everyone. I'm Elvis Costello.
He's Elvis Costello.
I will be collaborating with perhaps you know him, Stevie GB. He's written.
Oh, wait a second. He's
written 42 one-man shows.
No, it's only 12.
12?
Only 12. So you're collaborating.
Well, then
you mean
lied to me.
You mean on his one man show? Like you mean like Elton John in The Lion King? He wrote all the songs. Are you writing songs for Stevie GB's one man show?
Well, he's asked me. He's commissioned me, so to speak.
Commissioned?
Yes, he gives me a commission. It's only 5%. He's quite a cheap bastard.
I heard
can
about.
I say bastard
You
on,
can.
on
You
the
can.
radio?
I've heard that. I've heard he's quite cheap. He's the accountant. The world's funniest accountant. He's watching the numbers.
He's not that funny, really.
I think he is.
The way he does accounting is quite funny.
Your English, your English sense of humor is not going to get to Stevie GB.
It's a lot better than my English accent, wouldn't you say?
Yes. Well, Stevie GB's got the Groucho thing. He's Groucho. And Long Island. I think he's got the franchise on Groucho. He paid the
I've never
Groucho
been to
people.
Long Island. I live on the west end of London, so I don't know anything about Long Island.
What did you get here through a time machine? Why did you get here? Interdimensional travel?
What?
Okay, Elvis. This is kind of. We want to make sure we get to the promo before this goes south.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure to be here with
No, you're not done yet.
Oh.
You were telling us about the collaboration with Stevie GB.
Yes.
On his 13th one-man show. What's it called, Elvis?
Well, we're not really quite sure, but Stevie GB being a little older than me, he has erectile dysfunction.
Oh,
yes.
Oh.
So I purchased a
device
to attach a device, right?
Oh.
And all he has to do is
pump it up.
Pump it up till you can't feel
I'm sorry.
Pump it up.
I'm very sorry.
You don't really need it. Well,
he wrote that, not me.
I wrote that because I'm Elvis Costello.
He wrote that.
I've written over
didn't.
4,327 songs.
I apologize. It's a family program. I apologize. Anyway, so you got anything coming up there, Elvis?
Well, as a matter of fact, I do. I recently released a new album.
It's got a new album.
It's called Wise Up. This is my last album. I'm sorry.
Wise Up Ghosts?
My new album came out yesterday, and I have another new album.
You actually
coming out
own
next
your
week.
own albums?
You're
about the only guy that probably does.
I buy them all. because I'm, I
he
love
buys
them.
the Elvis Costello album.
I have the
CDs.
full collection.
He buys the Elvis Costello. Hey, you guys missed out.
What happened? Did you see
These guys are out smoking.
I know him.
They were vaping. They were outside vaping.
You shouldn't smoke.
They were
It's bad.
vaping. No, they don't smoke. They vape. The kids today vape.
Is it the
With
electronic cigarette?
The computer cigarette.
That looks a little...
Yeah. The electronic fag. They call it a fag.
Yes, we call it a fag. I've smoked a few fags in my day.
You're actually saying that in public. Well, there you go.
Put the fags in your mouth?
He puts the fags in his mouth.
I put some fags in my mouth in my day, yes.
You put away home.
Well, how do you think I became Elvis Costello?
Hey, show business is not a popularity contest, kids.
No. That's quite a big gulp you got there, right?
It's
Speak of the... I thought this was a clean show.
It is clean.
All right.
It is clean, and I will...
Well, listen, I have to get back. Is it time for me to go yet? Or do I have to stay on for the...
No, you don't have to stay on. You're a big star, Elvis Costello.
I have things to write.
Are you Sir Elvis Costello yet?
No, not yet. I'm Madam. I'm smoking fags.
You need some more. You need to smoke a few more fags before they make you a knight.
Make you a sir.
A sir.
At night.
Sir Elvis Costello. Well, thank you so much for being on the show, Elvis. I appreciate it, and good luck with your...
I hope you all buy my new album. It's coming out tomorrow.
And I hope good luck with your collaboration with Stevie GB. Stevie GB,
Yes.
who does the one-man shows. He also he has the cleaning service. Have you heard about this? It's his cleaning service. It's clean comedians.
Right.
They come and clean your flat.
Oh,
They
really?
clean your flat.
My flat needs a bit of cleaning.
I bet it does.
Loaded with dirty fags. So we do need some cleaning. That's good. I will speak to him about the cleaning of my flat.
He also has some. Stevie GB's got some things coming up. We should promote Stevie GB. Why not? At the McGuire's on November.
You know that the lady over there spilled my coffee.
She did.
Yes, but accidents will happen.
Oh my!
Now, what were you
goodness.
saying? Stevie GB is
November something.
15th, I believe.
The 15th of November. He's going to have his cleaning company do a show.
Right.
The clean comedians of comedy.
Clean comedians.
He's going to be there. Stevie G will be there.
Empty the garbage, probably.
And Empty the Garbage. And who else will be there? It's going to be Sarah Quinn.
Sarah Quinn,
love
yes.
that girl.
And John Shea.
John Shea.
A good friend of mine.
From Shea Stadium.
Another gentleman I never met, Mike Parenti.
Oh, yeah, Mike Parenti. I know Mike.
Christian Slater. Christian
Slater?
Yes, he's one of our clean... No, McLaren.
Oh, McLaren. Marty
And
McLaren.
the McLarens.
Isn't he the guy that found the Sex Pistols, McLaren?
I believe so, yes. He's going to be at our show.
He's going to be on the show.
You know, you're quite an attractive guy.
Many people believed I look very much like Darth Vader without his helmet.
Yes, very much so. And you could be one of the attractions. You know,
I could be an attraction.
When I retour with
I could be an attraction. It could be Elvis Costello and the one attraction. And the guy who looks like Darth Vader without the mask.
And Elvis Costello.
And all you women that I had convinced I was adorable, now you just can't get that image out of your mind, right?
Right.
That they said I look like the Darth Vader without, when he's dying in the movie, and they take his mask off, and he's
What's Jimmy Buffett doing here?
It's he's having a cheeseburger in paradise. That's what he's
doing. All right, well, I've really got to run because Herb Albert is calling.
You're selling more records than you.
What? Second base. He's selling more records than me. He's like, you want to buy one? I've got one with me.
He sells more records out of his trunk.
I've got one with me. You can buy my first book.
Okay.
I got restaurants, I got T-shirts, it's going on over here.
Oh, you look like a parrot to me.
Make fun of me on your little podcast.
Oh, okay.
Selling product.
You make TMZ, you know
I
that.
got a restaurant.
All right, well, I've got to go because there's detectives out there and they're watching me. You like that? Oh my God!
Now I love you, Elvis Costello. Let's hear it for Elvis Costello. Thank you for stopping by. Go back to write your book and whatever you're doing.
I'm going to go back because I'm here every day.
You're every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
He writes the book.
Elvis
Costello.
Every day.
Elvis Costello, lady.
Stand by me in the middle of chapter 3, but you were up to your old chicks.
My old chicks?
Your old chicks.
That's a better lyric than I wrote.
4, 5, and 6.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Should I come back? I thought we were
Come
going to talk
on,
about my
come on.
process.
This is the last third of my life, guys. I'm in the last third of my life, and this is what I'm doing. Yeah, I want to talk about your process again. Comedian Chris Davis.
The question
See
is...
Elvis is coming in.
All right, I'm leaving, folks.
Elvis has almost left the building.
Elvis has left the building.
Elvis has almost left the building. Almost. If you're under 40, you ain't getting that joke either. Okay.
He has to go. The Angels want to wear his red shoes.
They want to wear his red shoes. He was wearing the red shoes. The Angels are hanging around. So, Chris, we were talking about how you killed this 15-year-old kid on stage, and you were right. You wrote all that material right before you went up for another comedian.
I wrote that for Tim Dillon.
And you were able to adapt it.
He rejected my material. Went up, did something else.
Oh.
And I don't blame him for rejecting it. I was just writing it as we stood there.
Really?
But I had faith in it. And then I went up there and bam, 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 bam. I just took him down for 2 minutes.
I thought it was probably it's one of the most notable things I've ever seen on the Long Island comedy scene. Still talked about today. When
Do you remember how it started?
When we're sitting around, when comedians are going up, they sit at the bar, wait to go up for their turn. You know that?
Yeah.
And they'll say, "Hey, Chaffee looks just like Darth Vader without his helmet."
Yeah.
When I say, is that Chris Davis? You ever see him when he murdered that 15-year-old kid? It really was a crime. It was a crime against that 15-year-old. But it was funny as heck. It's funny. So what's your process? Because we're supposed to talk about writing jokes. Do you write your jokes down?
I don't. I sometimes I write a set list so that because if I write a set list before I go on stage, then I know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Because I'll forget something. You know what I mean? I'll get off stage and I'll be like, I didn't do that new bit or something.
Yeah.
But I should write things down.
I think
because I forget some stuff. I do.
Yeah, I guess you're in that category of comedian like my friend Tony Landolfi.
Great comic.
Tony Landolfi never writes anything down. And you know who else doesn't write anything down? Bob Nelson. Comedian Bob Nelson. Never writes anything down. By the way, I have a sponsoring message I have to read. We'll interrupt our important interview for this one. Oh, the holiday season is fast approaching. Why not get a jump on your Christmas shopping by ordering a Bob Nelson DVD? They make the perfect stocking stuffer. That's right, Bob Nelson, star of stage, television, and screen. Film screens, that is. He's hilarious. Go to bobnelson.com and order your Bob Nelson DVDs today. They are great. They're funny.
I want one.
Well, I love Bob Nelson. You love Bob Nelson? You love a big Bob Nelson fan?
Love him.
Big Bob Nelson fan. He's made many millions happy. Let him make you happy. Buy a DVD.
I went to see him, met him after the show. A sweetheart.
Nice guy.
Nice guy. He was walking his dog.
He's usually sitting right here, right behind me. Not today. We got some beardo, some hipster.
Tim Thompson.
That hipster, Tim Thompson.
More talent. This show attracts talent.
Well, it's comedians writing jokes.
Well,
and it's not a podcast. It's not a podcast. Well, what about the people on Facebook that say, like, they put their name, comedian Rob Chaffee? Doesn't that make them a comedian because it says comedian on their Facebook?
I think a lot of people think, hey, I have a microphone. I'm holding a microphone. I must be a comedian.
A de facto comedian? Hey, I'm holding a microphone in my profile, but you notice that I'm holding in front of a brick wall and there are bullet holes all around my head? Have you noticed that?
I did.
That's a little message that tells you. That's like, that's like in nature. You see the spots or the stripes and it says, or the loud colors, stay away. Stay away. The snakes with the stripe. Which are the ones that are poisonous? The ones with the stripes or not? I don't know. That's why I stay away from snakes.
I stay away from all of them. I don't know.
Snakes, snakes creep me out, man. So we're not going to talk. We'll just talk about that. Snakes. What else do we usually talk about on Stupid Show? It's not a podcast.
About my process before.
But you don't have really a process.
I do have a process. Just because I don't write them down doesn't mean I don't have a process.
Well, what is your process?
Well, I decide on something I want to make fun of. I make fun of stuff. That's what I do.
So you have a target.
Yes.
You find a target.
I pick a target, and then I decide why.
Well, we'll stop there. Let's stick with that part of it. How do you find a target? I mean, could you make fun of anything, or is it?
No. The target has to lend itself to humor. So, like Tiger Schulman. I realized that was Jewish karate, which I thought was funny.
Right, which you thought was very funny.
And then I wrote
Sometimes they call that in comedy a mix, right? Where you mix one thing and another thing, and it makes it funny.
But they did it for me, so...
They did it for you.
Yeah.
But wouldn't a target... Don't you have to have a legitimate gripe about a target? Like, what is this stupid...
I exaggerate it. Like the boat bit that I do?
Yeah, the boat.
I don't
Famous
really...
for that.
You would think I hate people on boats, but I don't. I grab a hold of it.
But there's a truth to it, because and we won't go into the bit. Go see Chris. When are you going? What's your next appearance?
I'm doing, believe it or not, the Plainview Jewish Center on Saturday night.
That should go over well.
That should be fun.
Yes.
You got to pick and choose
he's not an
anti-Semite.
We're not saying he's an anti-Semite.
Not at all.
I love the Jewish people.
Not at all.
I love them. I'm not
Sunday
kidding.
night, I'm doing... What am I doing Sunday night?
People ain't going there. What are you doing? You do the Long Island Comedy Festival, don't you?
I do the Long Island Comedy Festival.
Aren't you going to be doing an appearance with the Long Island Comedy Festival soon?
I might be. It might be on my calendar.
I saw it on their newsletter. They're always pushing that newsletter out to me. It's
I'm doing something.
I need that 5 minutes a day where I feel really angry about my career. And I see the newsletter come out. And Paul,
well, you've been on that comedy festival.
Not in years, Paul. And Paul and I are friends. We've gone out to dinner many times.
Paul's gotten a lot better on stage. He's funny.
I always thought he was funny.
Better. I always thought he was funny, but he's gotten, tighter.
He's tighter.
He's
He's tighter. He's serious. He's a serious guy. He's in contention He happens to be in contention for the Long Island Press's best of Long Island comedians from Long Island.
Oh, don't get me started, Rob Chaffee.
I wouldn't do that.
You brought me right into this. You did. You brought me
a little
right
segue.
into
What? Let me ask you. Do you have any opinions about the Long Island Press best of comedians from Long Island nominee list?
Well, it's not.
There are 15 nominees. 15.
15.
I guess who's not on it?
Well, yeah. Well, listen, because I didn't sign up for it. That's the only reason. Because I didn't sign up. I didn't sign up.
David Tell's from Long Island?
But you look at that list. You look at that list, and you got to tell me what's wrong with this list. What's wrong with the list? Okay, here's Joey Cola's on it. I don't know why he's on it.
They alphabetize it by first name, not last name. That's one thing I noticed.
Joey Cola, arguably one of the very best comics on Long Island.
Although he's very loud.
And who else am I impressed with on there? Chris Roach, a very good comic.
And he's very tall.
Yeah, and then you got other fun people like Monica Toller and Frank Prince. And I look at the list. I go, "What's wrong with the list?" It's like,
well, here's what happens with that list, and let's explain for the viewers. We're talking about, and you can go to our website, comedianswritingjokes.com, and I have written a blog post that it's called "The Guide to the Long Island Press's Best of Long Island Comedians from Long Island," something like that. And it lists all the
something snotty on there.
On a post on my Facebook. I don't think you wrote it on the website.
Okay.
But go and you'll see what we're talking about. And you can vote for anybody who you think is funny or once a day. But this is some kind of... it's a made-up thing.
It's promotional. It's promotion
it's
for
Long Island Press. It's a way for them to sell advertising.
And it's promotion for people that enter themselves into the contest.
If it was a legit thing, there would be a board of comedians or people that are in show business, like American Idol or AGT,
would have a shot at winning that.
Would actually say, okay, these are the people we think are funny. You know, one of the criteria I think really should be they are working comedians, right? That they make their livings primarily or substantially from comedy.
I don't think that's true. Okay. Now you're destroying the art.
Because that disqualifies you.
No. Hold on. No, because now you're taking the art out of it.
Okay, that's true. And all right, so we'll take that out.
No, you know what it should be? It's not enough to say you're a comedian. Other people have to say that you're a comedian. Right
other
there.
People.
If other people say that you're a comedian, then you're a comedian.
Okay.
See?
But what kind of other people? I mean, I could find a bunch of other people who want me. We could do one of those tit for tat things, you know, and talk about. I'm going to tell you, you're a comedian, and I'm a comedian. Let's say we're comedians. Tell me I'm a comedian. Yeah, you're a comedian too. That won't work necessarily.
It shouldn't be criteria. They should just destroy the whole thing. It shouldn't have.
No contest.
It shouldn't have.
There shouldn't be one king of comedy for Long Island.
It's ridiculous.
So you'd vote.
Did you see my post on Facebook yesterday?
I
asked people to vote for me.
Oh, for write-in?
No, not for write-in. No, I said I joked. I said I wanted to win the category best comedian with an undescended testicle.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I invented my own category.
That's
because I figured then
that's clever.
I'm
You're
a
shoe-in.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get
I don't think you're going to be. If I was going to make a list up today, of the best comedians working on Long Island, best comedians, and no offense to the people that are on this list, they're great. They're very funny people. They're very
they have computers.
But I would have you on this list. I would have Tim on this list.
Yeah, I would have both of us.
I would have Bob Nelson on this list because Bob Nelson is here on Long Island, working again on Long Island, and there's no. I mean, the guy is. Put him against anybody. All right, you may have your ideas about him being a character-based comic or whatever. The guy he's a comedian. He crushes rooms, crushes them. Tim Thompson. You know who I like? I like the Mike Keegan. I like that kid.
He's a nice guy.
I like that kid. He's coming along. Who did I see? You know who I like a lot? Tim, you know this guy. Michael Fry.
Always liked Mike.
You ever see Michael Fry?
Yeah, I've worked with him many times.
Funny. But he's not on the list.
Yeah, but I mean, and there's an example of a guy who's funny, but he's not making a living through it.
No, but we threw that out.
Keith Anthony.
Well, forget it. I mean, forget it. That's where the list would stop. It would be Keith Anthony and stop. And Keith Anthony, George Gallo, stop.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop.
Exactly. No, but that list would have.
How do you get on the list?
You nominate yourself, apparently.
I would leave on that list Joey Cola and Chris Roach, and then add to it Carrie Carabas, Keith Anthony, George Gallo, people like this, people like that.
You're gonna hurt Elvis's feelings.
Stevie GB.
Stevie GB is collaborating with Elvis.
Stevie GB, Maria Walsh. Maria Walsh is funny. Did you see?
With a capital F.
Listen to this. I put on my Facebook wall
Hey,
last
did you
week.
see what we had? We had Maria Walsh's brother on our show.
Did you?
He hangs around in Starbucks. He comes up to us. Hey, my sister's funny. She's a comedian. And his name is Billy. They call him Yubi. I don't know why.
Listen to Maria Walsh's comment on my Facebook last week.
If you put a wig on him, he looks just like Maria, too.
Right. I write on
wouldn't do
Facebook. Last week I write on Facebook. If your ass is 3 feet wide, there's no such thing as the right nail polish. Okay?
That's pretty funny.
See comments back. And guys, if your belly's so big you can't see your feet, there's no such thing as a cool pair of sunglasses.
You guys were riffing on Facebook.
Now, listen, she upped me. You know what I mean? She upped me.
Which is very rare. Very rare. Not too many people can up.
I started something and she finished me.
Wow.
You know, very funny.
Wow.
Very funny.
So Maria Walsh is funny. There's a lot of guys out there that you don't really see around. Like Frankie Pace is very funny. He's been around for years. He's not on the list.
Well, he didn't put himself on
That's
the
the thing.
list.
We didn't
Anybody with a computer can put themselves on that list.
You know, there are 2 people on the list that I could not find one actual photograph of them on stage or video of them doing comedy on the list.
I could have put my new puppy. I could have put my new puppy in the contest.
That should be our goal. Our goal should be to nominate something so ridiculous.
It's already been done.
What?
This contest has already done that. This contest has already done that. And the shame of it is that you've got these really great comics and their names on a list with people who really are just delusional about being comics. They're not comics.
All right, well,
It's
that said, and agreed. There are people.
You invited me to be on the show.
I know.
Let's not pretend you invited Rich Walker to come down.
You ever hear the story? The guy's walking along, and it's the winter time, and he sees a stick on the side of the road. And he looks closer. It's a snake. It's a frozen snake. And he brings it home. Puts it by the fire. The snake gets warm and comes to life, and the snake comes over and cuddles him, and bites him. And he goes, "Why did you do that? I saved your life." And the snake says, "You knew what I was when you picked me up."
Exactly right.
I'll have to do the story again.
I think the computer killed itself.
How much more time we got on the show?
3 more minutes.
Why don't we get Tim Thompson to get in his chair and talk about his process? 3 minutes. Come on.
No. He's going to be back. He's going to be back.
He's going to come back.
I'm pretty sure he's not working. I think he's home. He's jobless. He's got a girlfriend.
He lives in Suffolk County.
His girlfriend. He lives off his girlfriend's always getting a new job every 3 weeks on Facebook. She's getting a new job. She's taking care of Timmy. Jessica.
Fiance.
Your fiance.
She's back at her old job.
And she's back at her old job. How'd she swing that? I thought they
Pay
threw her.
attention well enough, you know?
She's a little cutie, isn't she, that Jessica?
She was and
little
I'll
cutie.
tell you what, I don't know why she chose him.
She was. You hear what he said?
Well, she's taken now. She's off the list of hotties.
He gets rid of her hotness.
She's hot. She's completely unhottie to me.
Bald guys get all the chicks.
That's right.
She's lush now.
Well, it varies. We've had up to 22
Are
people.
we down to nothing?
We're up to 5. We get 5 people. We have some people. Listen, man, this is gonna take off. There's something here. At least I keep telling myself that.
There's egg sandwiches here and coffee.
Egg sandwiches, coffee, and comedians.
Right now.
Comedians.
Hey, look,
Tony Landolfi vomit.
Oh my God.
Tony Landolfi.
Tony Landolfi vomiting.
Oh wait, are we on the air?
Yeah, we're on.
Are we back?
Is he really vomiting, or are you talking about his act? Ba-dum, boom.
Boom.
That one was for you, Tony. Love you,
Hey,
baby.
love you, Tony.
Love you, baby.
He ain't watching.
Love you.
He ain't ever gonna watch this.
He's never gonna. No, he's gonna hear about it. He's gonna hear about it.
Oh, people talk about it. I like me looking like Darth Vader without his helmet. Anyway, what do you got coming up? You got the Long Island Comedy Festival, which you don't know. Do you got you got the you're going to do the Jewish Center? Is that an open show?
Jewish Center in Plainview. I bet it is.
What's the Plainview? When is that? Saturday?
That's Saturday night.
And then Sunday you doing something?
Sunday I'm doing a. I'm doing a Mark Meningo gig out in Port Jefferson. At a new restaurant. I can't remember the Arden. The Arden. Is it?
Who else is on that show?
Arden. Is that a restaurant now?
You guys on that show together?
I'm not sure.
Timmy, you got anything coming up you want to promote?
I'm doing Icon on Friday. It's a Long Island science fiction, but it's sold out. So
good luck. But to the Icon people, you'll see Tim Thompson. You'll see Tim. What are you doing at Icon? You're going to do sci-fi comedy?
Stand up, yeah. It's going to be sci-fi related.
Ah, that's great.
Not all of it. So, and then just about my life, which is kind of science fiction.
It's very much so.
And that's with George Gallo and Jimmy Briggs.
Gallo and Briggs. Oh, that's the perfect combination for the sci-fi.
Is it?
Bob Nelson, who's usually sitting here. Bob Nelson. You go to bobnelson.com. You can see what his schedule is. He's in the north. What do they call that? New England all weekend, touring in New England. And if you care to, I'll be at the Gateway Comedy Club on Saturday at the Clarion Hotel in Ronkonkoma.
What's that? A Mike Dillon gig over
Mike
there?
Dillon, our friend Mike Dillon, who just was in the hospital.
Is he out
he's
now?
doing
Is he out
better
of
now.
hospital?
Yeah, he's doing better. He's doing better.
Poor guy.
Yeah, and so that's it. We're done. You guys might not know this. I'm famous for my sign-off. You can do it with me if you want to, okay? But this is what I do. I usually do this. Here it comes. Here it comes. See ya. See ya. See ya.
Tim
Notice
Thompson, he's being a rebel back
Tim
there.
doesn't
He's
want to
not
do
doing
it.
it.
See ya.
There
There you go.
See?
There you go.
Did it